This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so in the last session we talked about reversal of documents. Now in the reversal of documents, in the last session we have seen one way of reversing a document, which is one by one. How you are going to reverse a particular document. For that we have used, let's say, single document reversal. For this we used FB08 is the T code. You will have another option. What if you have some 100 documents to be reversed, or 200 documents to be reversed, or 50 documents to be reversed? So it is not practically ideal to reverse one by one 50 times or 100 times, for which you will have mass reversal, which is here F.80. These are the both reversal transactions that you must be very clear with. How you are going to reverse entries using FB08 and how you are going to reverse entries using F.80. Let me take one document. I'll go to FB03. Now what my intention is to check the number of documents that are currently posted in our company code, for which I am going to FB03, which is your display document. From this display document, click on document list on the top left. Once you click on document list, you will get a screen wherein you can pass different filters to retrieve the data from the documents. Now I want to pull the data from our company code, which is DEIN. If I want all the transactions, I'm just going to pass DEIN company code and then click on execute. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on execute. I'm not putting any filters. Execute. You get a warning message at the bottom. Specify another selection criteria. Just ignore this warning by hitting enter on the keyboard. Let me press enter on the keyboard. We got these document numbers. Let me change the layout to this one. Okay, I want to have this layout every time when I see the report. But what is happening if I go back, if I run the report again, this layout is not coming. Some other layout is coming, but I don't want to change this every time. So in such scenarios, you have to make a particular layout as a default layout for your user ID, for which click on this select layout. First check what is the layout that you are looking for. You are looking for Ajay, this is this layout, but next to this layout, there is a field called default setting. Currently, there is no tick mark for this default setting. There is a tick mark for standard 0 SAP standard layout. Since this is the default setting, whenever you pull the report, whenever you run this report, data is coming according to this layout, which we want to change. This is not our requirement. What we will be doing for that, go to settings. From the settings, go to layout. From layout, go to manage. Click on this manage layout. Here you need to look at the layout that you are looking for. We are looking for this layout. Select this layout, and then if you see, when I clicked this, it is having a default setting here. Tick mark has moved from SAP to Ajay, and make sure you tick this define default setting. Okay, ensure that there is a tick mark. If I do this, there is no tick mark, which means there is no default layout enabled. Enable your layout as a default by selecting this. Now save this. Now the changes are made. I'll go back. Let me run the report again. Now you see the data is coming in our own format. Right? It is not ideal that every time you are going to change the layout, even when you are in a project, don't do that. Make a layout, ensure that your layout has become, or you have made your own layout as your default layout. Now in this, if you want to reverse a particular document, let's say if I want to reverse a single document, I'll be going to FB08. I need to pass the document number. Let's say I want to reverse this document number 10. I'm randomly reversing the entries. Pass the document number, company code, fiscal year, and then give reversal reason 01 because we are reversing it in current month. Always click on display before reversal. Make sure that the entry that you are reversing is the correct one. Otherwise, if you reverse incorrect one, it will be a problem. Go back. Click on post so that this document will get reversed. This is what you are going to do in case if you want to reverse a single document. Click on post. This document has been reversed. Now, what if you want to reverse multiple documents at a time? If you want to reverse, let's say 100 documents in one go, it is not practically possible to come to this screen 100 times and then click on reverse 100 times. Right? That is not the practical approach that you are going to follow. For these kind of things, you have another option on the same screen which shows an icon called mass reversal. If you have multiple documents to be reversed, more than one, even if you have two, instead of doing 2 times, you can do it 1 time. Click on this mass reversal. If you click on this, now before I click this, look at the bottom right, there is a T code FB08. Single document reversal transaction is FB08. Now if you want to reverse multiple documents at a time, click on this mass reversal. We will be redirected. Now if you look at the bottom right, T code is not FB08. T code has become F.80. This F.80 is what going to reverse the documents in a mass, which means multiple documents can be reversed in one go. Here you have to be very careful because this is a little sensitive transaction. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put company code as DEIN. I have to give the document numbers which I want to reverse. Let's say I want to reverse 23. Okay. I'll reverse 2345. Copy 2345 document numbers. Go to this. Now, if you have multiple document numbers to be reversed, you are not supposed to put the range. Instead, you have to click on this multiple selection. There is an arrow mark, right arrow mark. Click on this arrow mark. You will get a pop-up screen. Whatever you copied by Control C on your Excel sheet, do not do a Control V here. If you do a Control V here, it is going to paste records with the visible fields only. Now currently you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Even if you copy 100 records, when you put Control V here, it is going to take only 8 records. So whenever you want to copy from an Excel sheet, do Control C on Excel sheet, but on your SAP, instead of doing the Control V, click on this icon. Upload from clipboard. Okay, when you click on this icon, SAP will perform Control V activity here. Top, you will see the number. How many entries are pasted here? You need to verify this number from your Excel sheet. How many records you copied? How many records SAP took? Once the number is matching, click on execute. After this, you have to give the reversal reason why you are reversing this entry. Once you give this, if you click on execute, system is taking 4 documents. Now here you will see a heading, documents that can be reversed. It is telling these 4 documents can be reversed. Down below there is one more heading, documents that cannot be reversed. Under this it is blank, which means no document is there that cannot be reversed. In short, every document that you have given can be reversed. But one mistake that is we have done here is your fiscal year. If you look at this, it is showing fiscal year of 2023. But when I go back on my input screen, I did not mention any fiscal year. This is a big mistake if you are performing this screen. Okay. If I am reversing this document, but I did not give the fiscal year. What system is going to do? It is going to reverse this document from all the fiscal years wherever this document number is available. Assuming you are using SAP from last 3 years, let's say from 2020 onwards you are using. In 2020 you have this document number, 2021 you have, 22 you have, 23 also you have, which means in 4 years you have the same document number. If you do not give a fiscal year, or if you keep a fiscal year blank, system is going to reverse this document number from 4 years. Is that correct or wrong? If system is reversing the document number from 4 years, it is wrong. So there will be a huge financial impact with it. So you need to ensure that you are paying attention on fiscal year on this screen especially. It is a must to input your fiscal year. It is a must to input fiscal year. If you don't give fiscal year, it will assume you want to reverse this document from all the years, which is not our requirement. So be very careful with these kind of screens. Once you give fiscal year, click on execute. Always ensure you do this on a test run. Put test run, click on execute. Make sure all the documents can be reversed. There is nothing in the documents that cannot be reversed. Once you see this, go back, remove the test run, click on execute. You got a message processing completed. Now against every document there is a reversal document number. This is your original document number 101 ending with 2 and reversed with 101 ending with 16. Clear? Now what system had done? It has reversed 4 documents in one go. If we go back to the display document, against 2, 3, 4, 5, currently the reversed with column is blank. Against 2, 3, 4, 5, currently reversed with column is blank. Let's go back. Let me run this again. Enter. Now against 2, 3, 4, 5, you will see reversed with has been updated with cancelled document. 16, 17, 18, 19. If you go back, you will find the same thing. 16, 17, 18, 19. Clear? This is how you are going to reverse a document. In case of a single document, FB08 1 by 1. In case of multiple documents, F.80 mass reversal. Now, next one. Any doubt in this document reversal? Any questions in this, anyone? How to reverse a document? Clear, right? Okay. Next one. Open item GL postings. When we talk about open item GL postings, whenever we are talking about a particular GL account, your GL account can be open item managed, your GL item can be non-open item managed. So it is company code specific. For a particular GL account or for the same GL account, in one company code, you can create that GL account as open item. The same GL account can be created as non-open item in the other company code. That is possible. Right? Now, if you are creating a particular GL account as open item management, this open item management is subject to clearing. Okay, open item management is subject to clearing. Let me create one GL account quickly. FS00. Outstanding expenses. Okay, I think we already have a particular GL account. Let me check if we made any postings in this. Copy this account number. To run the GL report, FAGLL03. Come here, pass the account number, click on execute. It has got no transactions so far. when the account has no transactions, you can change anything in the master data. If account has postings, we cannot change certain things in GL master. If the GL account does not have any postings, you can change in the GL account master. Let me go to this GL master. Type description is part of your chart of account segment, which means this type description field cannot be different for different company codes. For all your company codes, type description field or type description content is common. The next one, which is your control data. This control data is company code specific. For a particular GL account, I can use the way I want in each of my company codes. I can maintain different settings in each company code in control data. There is no problem with it because this is company code specific setting. For this particular company code, this outstanding wages is currently non-open item management because there is no checkbox enabled for open item management. Now we want to treat this account as open item management. To treat a particular GL account as open item management, this tick should be enabled. For that, let's go to the change mode of the GL account. Click on change icon. What we need to do, you need to just click on tick, enable this, click on save. Now this GL account has become open item management. Let's pass one entry in this open item management. Now to post an entry in the open item management, it is the same process. Let me copy this GL number first. Copy. F-02. I'll put open item management posting. $40. Now this open item management posting, which account we are considering? We are considering this as wages payable. Now what will be the accounting entry for this wages payable?
Wages account debit to outstanding wages.
Right, wages account debit, outstanding wages credit. Let's check if we have wages GL account. Okay, let me create one wages GL account quickly under operating expenses. I'll put wages. Everything is as usual, save. Now this is your wages GL account, 421 all zeros 1. Let me take this account. Wages. Now for us to write the accounting entry for this wages and then wages payable, your accounting entry will be what? Wages debit and outstanding wages credit. Is this entry correct? Wages account debit, outstanding wages account credit. Let's say this is your some 40,000 rupees is the amount, debit and credit. Now let's pass this entry first and then I will show what exactly you are going to check in the open item GL account. To post the entry, there is no difference, there is no change. You need to take wages GL account on the debit side. Take this GL account, put it on the debit side, posting key 40. Enter, amount is 40,000. This is wages expense account. We are treating expense account as a cost element. For any cost element, cost object is mandatory. For us, our cost object is cost center. Let us take one cost center. Next, I'll put May 2022, May 2000. Next, credit is your wages payable. Wages payable is this GL account. Same amount star, and this will be plus. Now I'm not giving any profit center here. If I don't give profit center, system is going to pick the profit center based on your document splitting. So let's see that as well. Go to document, click on simulate, again go to document, simulate general ledger. Now you will see the profit center appearing on the wages outstanding also, where we have not given. If you see how this profit center has come here, click on expert mode. Okay, if you click on expert mode, you will see this as inheritance. Okay, if you look at this, first line item is your wages. In wages, we have given cost center. Cost center has given profit center automatically. In short, in wages line item, which means line item number 1, you will see the item number 1. It has got the profit center based on the manual input by the user. Line item number 2, which is your outstanding wages, it does not have any profit center because we did not fill the profit center, we left it blank. If you read this document display, line item number 1 is the baseline, which means in that line user had given the profit center. Second one, it is talking about inheritance. Inheritance means system is going to take the profit center based on the offsetting account. System is going to take the profit center based on the offsetting account. If I expand this, it is not showing the assignment origin as anything. It is simply telling this is inheritance. Profit center has been inherited from the above line item or offsetting line item. Okay, so this is how you are going to identify whether your profit center is coming automatically by the system or manually given by you. Now, since we have not given profit center manually, you are getting inheritance. Now, what I am going to do, I will pass the profit center manually for this second line also. This is DEIN01 profit center. I'll go back, double click on second line item. I am going to pass DEIN01 profit center. Now on the debit side and on the credit side, we have given profit center manually. When you give profit center both on the debit and credit side, there is no point of document splitting. Go to document once again, simulate, document, simulate general ledger. If you see this, again you are able to see profit center on both debit and credit. Click on expert mode once again. If you see this, there is nothing called inheritance here. Earlier there was something called inheritance because on one of the line items profit center was not filled. System is picking the profit center based on document splitting function. Okay, that is the reason it was showing that as inheritance. Profit center is inherited from previous line item. But here debit item number 1 is baseline, credit item number 2 is also baseline, which means your original transaction line item contains the profit center. Clear? It is not splitting the entry here. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
System is not splitting the entry here. If it is a splitting, you will not find baselines here. Instead of baseline, you will find inheritance. Go back. Now all these points slowly you have to keep revising, keep refreshing. It's not that we completed this topic, you will forget that. So whenever you are posting the document, now and then at least frequently try to look at all these points. Only then things will sit in your mind. Go back. Now let me post this. Okay, I have posted this entry. Let me display this document. First, what I'm going to do, I'm going to look at this wages GL report. Select this wages account. Let me open one more window. GL report is FAGLL03. This is the wages account. I am selecting open items. Open at key date is today's date. Execute. When I execute this, this is what I am getting, 40,000. But if you look at, there is a symbol called tick mark. There is a symbol called tick mark here, right? You see this Nike symbol? Green color tick mark is representing whether the account is open item or non-open item. If you find a tick mark, this is a non-open item GL account. Now let me run the same report for our wages payable GL account. Let me go back. If I run this, here also it is 40,000, but there is a slight difference. On the right side, you will find a red color symbol which is showing as open. Right, on the left hand side, there is no such icon. Correct? There is a tick mark on one screen. There is a red color ball icon on the other screen. Wherever you find this red color ball icon, which means this account is an open item managed account. Wherever you will find only tick marks, this is non-open item GL account. Open item GL account requires clearing because open item management is used exclusively for the balance sheet accounts, especially for the accounts which are subject to payment or subject to receipt. Wherever you are supposed to make the payment or wherever you are supposed to receive the payment. So to track that whether you have received the payment or whether you have made the payment, you are going to use open item management icon in the GL master. If I look at this outstanding wages GL account, which is a balance sheet, is this liability or asset? Outstanding wages?
Liability.
Outstanding wages is liability. Now, when we talk about a liability, we are supposed to make the payment against this, correct? I have to clear my liability. Am I correct? It will show as outstanding unless and until I make the payment. If I am not making the payment, this will show as open or this will show as outstanding. If this is no longer outstanding, which means you made the payment, you are not supposed to see any amount or any balance here. For that to happen, we have to remove this open item from the GL account. To remove the open item from the GL account, you need to pass a clearing entry. To remove the open item from a GL account, we need to pass a clearing entry. If you go back in your report, you find three items. One is your open item status. Second one is cleared item status. Third one is all item. When you click on open item, it is going to display the transactions which are outstanding as on this date. If you select cleared items, it is going to show the items which are already cleared, which means the payment or receipt already made. If you click on all items, you are going to display both open plus cleared items. Now what we are trying to do is, let's try to clear this transaction. Let's try to clear this transaction assuming we have made the payment. Assuming we have made the payment of 40,000 towards wages. Now when you make the payment, do you find any liability or your liability should become zero? When you make the payment, your liability should become zero, right? Because you already initiated the payment. Let's make the payment for this. What I'm going to do, I am going to pass a payment entry for this. When you make the payment, what will be the accounting entry? Outstanding wages, debit, let's say bank outgoing, credit. 40,000 here and 40,000 here. Once we pass this entry, outstanding wages on the credit side, outstanding wages on the debit side, will become 0. If I look at the total of these two, this is becoming 0. Your outstanding wages account should become 0, which means your liability should come down. Let's pass this entry. For this, let's go to the same screen. I'll pass with current date. Wages payment 40. I'll take wages account 40,000. Profit center I'll give wages payment. Now 50, I am going to select one bank account. Let me select the correct bank GL number. Where do we have bank accounts? Okay, 1 2, all zeros 2 or ending with 2 I'll take. This is ending with 2. SBI outgoing. Same amount, same profit center, same text, enter. Let's simulate this entry. When we simulate this entry, you will be able to see the entry as outstanding wages account debit, bank outgoing account credit. Outstanding wages is debit, bank outgoing is credit. Is this entry correct for the payment?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right? This is the entry which we are going to pass. Now, after passing this entry in your outstanding wages account, a debit balance will come and sit. Currently, your outstanding wages account is having a credit balance of 40,000. To clear this liability, you need to put a debit balance of 40,000 so that debit and credit will become 0. Let's do this entry now. Let me post this entry. I'll click on post. This entry has been posted. After posting this entry, what ideally should happen? This account should not have any outstanding. Do you have any outstanding wages currently or nothing?
We
We
have
had 40,000. We paid 40,000, right? We just now passed one entry for payment. So after making this payment of 40,000, do you still have any outstanding wages to be paid or nothing is outstanding?
Nothing is outstanding.
Nothing is outstanding, right? I'll go back. Now let me click on execute. Account balance is becoming 0, but still the entries are appearing as open. Correct? Your overall account balance has become 0, but still you are able to see these two entries as open. Your outstanding wages entry is showing as open. This outstanding wage payment is also showing as open. But practically, is this actually open or this is already settled?
Settled.
Settled.
This is already settled. If it is already settled, you are not supposed to show this as open. If you show this as open, this will get picked up in your foreign currency valuation also. In your foreign currency valuation, you are going to consider the account open items which are outstanding or which are yet to be paid, yet to be received as on a particular month end. But is this actually open or this is actually settled?
Settled.
Settled.
This is actually settled, right? This is no longer open. But if you keep this like this and if you perform foreign currency valuation, you are going to get forex gain or loss on both the line items. Is that correct or wrong? The system is calculating foreign currency valuation on these line items. Is that correct or wrong?
Yes, sir. It is open item.
Correct.
Wrong.
That is wrong because this transaction is already settled. According to you, there is nothing outstanding wages. Am I correct?
Yes.
According to you, there is nothing in outstanding wages. But if you run foreign currency valuation, I am trying to connect the points that we have discussed so far. Okay, if you run foreign currency valuation, assume In your foreign currency valuation, you are able to see a forex gain or loss from this GL account, outstanding wages. Now you will be surprised to see that or not? You will be
Yes,
surprised
sir.
to see this because practically there is nothing outstanding in outstanding wages GL account. How come I am getting forex loss gain from this account? Because even though the account balance is zero, the entries are still open, which means you have not cleared this account. Any open item managed GL account is subject to clearing. If you are not clearing this, system assumes this is not yet settled, this is still outstanding. If you perform foreign currency valuation, it will get picked up there. Likewise, there are certain things which you do in SAP which will create problem or which will have financial impact. So if you pass the entry, if you pass a negative entry, that is not enough. You need to look at whether this is an open item GL account or non-open item. If it is open item, make sure the corresponding debit and credit, clear it. Now, ideally, what should happen? Let me pass one more entry now. I'm going to pass one more entry in this account. I want the same entry like this. Am I correct? I want same entry like this, credit balance. Instead of posting directly one more entry, posting key debit and all, what I will do post with reference. Click on post with reference. You are not supposed to practice data entry. Don't pass entries 10, 20 every day. Don't do that. You are not becoming an end user, right? So this is your document. Copy this document from year 2023. Just hit enter. All the parameters from that document will get copied. I'll just change this as 1 to identify this is a different transaction. Enter. Double click on this. I want to change the amount from 40,000 to 12,000 or 13,000. Enter. This amount is wrong. Just remove this amount, press enter. It will convert the relevant amount for 13,000. Next line item, put star, enter, remove it, enter. Now let me save this entry. This entry is posted. Now we posted one more outstanding wages for 13,000. If I refresh the report, what should be the balance? 13,000. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Let me go to list on the top. Click on refresh. It is showing 13,000 is outstanding. Alright. Now practically your outstanding wages is currently 13,000. Is that correct? Your outstanding wages
Yes.
amount is 13,000. Now how many months outstanding wages you have? Only 1 month. Let's say only one transaction is pending for 13,000. But when I look at the report, I am able to see 3 transactions. How do I understand that this 13,000 is coming from where? Because the intention of making a GL account as open item management is to see the transactions which are outstanding only. If a transaction is settled, I don't want to see this. Now why 13,000? I don't understand. So I may say that no, this 13,000 is because we posted debit and credit incorrectly. Different reasons if I give, that will lead to unwanted confusions, which no client, which no business wants. They want to clearly see the things or transactions which are open, which are outstanding only. If you settled something, I don't want to see this as open. But if you look at the account balance wise, there is no impact, there is no change. It is 13,000 only. Sum of the first two transactions is automatically becoming zero. When this sum is zero, this is settled. If it is a settled transaction, why am I seeing this on my outstanding report? Correct? If it is settled, it is not supposed to be outstanding. This is not payable. Agree?
Yes, sir.
Because this is already paid. Now these kind of things are not supposed to happen, which means when you are posting a document, when you are posting a transaction, try to understand what kind of transactions are we posting and how you need to pass this entry. so that there will be no further confusion, there will be no further financial impacts. Now, assuming if I'm settling this 13,000, if I'm making the payment for this 13,000, once I make the payment of 13,000, should we see this 13,000 as outstanding or we should not see? After I pay
Not really.
13,000, we are not supposed to see this as outstanding
We
or as
shouldn't.
open. Correct? Now, let me pass this entry once again. Earlier, what we did, we posted entry using GL posting. We have given debit and credit. Now, what is our intention? Our intention is to clear this 13,000. Am I correct? Our intention is to clear this 13,000. This clearing is nothing but payment or settlement. You want to settle this 13,000 or pay this 13,000, or you want to receive this 13,000, either of the cases. When you are doing it, your intention is to clear this item. If you want to clear an item from any open item managed account, you have to perform post with clearing. Which activity you'll have to do? You have to do post with clearing. Now, there are two transaction codes for it. One is, I guess, F-03. No.
F-07.
7.
F-07. No. F-05.
04.
F-04. Yeah. So let's put post with clearing. One is your F-04, the other one is FB05. Okay, now I came to this screen from F-04. Let me come back. I'll do with FB05. FB05 is also same. Do you find any difference? There will be no difference. It is the same. Now, why we use F-04 and why we use FB05? Only the difference is end user will be having access only to F-04. If you want to use this as a consultant to pass entries at mass level, so to pass entries at mass level, you will be using one tool, which is nothing but LSMW. Correct? You will be using LSMW. If you want to record an LSMW for post with clearing, you will be recording FB05, not F-04. Okay, you will be using FB05 T code for LSMW purpose. Now, let me come back to F-04. There is no difference between these two. Whatever you can do here, you will be able to do it from this other screen. I'll take today's date, clearing. Now, this radio button can be anything. Now, what we are trying to do, we are trying to make an outgoing payment. I'll select this as payment. Once you select this as a payment, it has got nothing to do with your entry. Whether you select, you don't select, nothing is going to happen. This is just an information. You need to pass only one leg, the other leg you need to select. When I say that, when you are passing an outstanding wages payment now, do you have one side of this payment entry already open or both are fresh entries? Now I want to make a payment of outstanding wages. Before I make the payment, do I have an existing 13,000 line item in system or not?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Right, there is already an existing 13,000 payment. Against this 13,000 outstanding, I am making another entry for 13,000. Right, that is called my clearing entry. When I am passing a clearing entry, I have to remember where the 13,000 existing line item is there. In which account you have 13,000 outstanding?
Outstanding wages.
13,000 outstanding is there in outstanding wages GL account. When you pass this entry using post with clearing, ignore the outstanding wages account, only input the offsetting account. If you go here, now outstanding wages, this is the entry that you're actually planning to pass, correct? This entry is what we have to pass. But when you pass this entry, let me change this to 13,000. When you pass this entry, there is already an existing wages outstanding for 13,000. So wherever you have an open item, this is the account where you have open item. Am I correct?
Yes.
Correct? In the wages account, there is an outstanding open item which you are trying to clear now. Wherever you have open item, that account you are not going to feed manually in the GL account. Wherever you have open item, this account you are not going to feed manually, you are going to select that. Now if I am not going to feed this GL account debit credit, which account I need to feed in the system? I need to feed, or I need to put the other account, which is your bank outgoing account. So in this, your bank account will be debit or credit. In your entry, you have to debit or credit bank account.
Debit.
Debit.
You have to
Credit.
credit the bank account. So I'll come to this screen. Credit is posting key 50. Credit is posting key 50. I'll select bank GL account. I'll put the amount 13,000. I'll put the amount 13,000. Now, this is what entry? This is clearing entry. What is this entry? Is this a normal entry, or is
Yes,
this
sir.
a clearing entry?
Clearing.
This is a clearing entry. Now, when you remember document splitting, there are three types of document splittings. What are those three document splittings? Active, passive, and
Zero.
Zero balance.
zero balance. Now, when you are trying to pass any clearing entry, system is going to perform passive document splitting. Which document splitting?
Passive.
Passive document splitting. In passive document splitting, at the time of posting the entry, you are not going to give any profit center. Now, say it carefully. I am not giving any profit center. Did I give any profit center, or I left it blank? I left this blank.
Left it blank.
Right? Now, I have given only one side of the account, which is credit. Bank account I have given. Now I need to clear the existing liability of 13,000 from outstanding wages account. Now I have to select that GL account. I have to select that GL account outstanding transaction, for which click on choose open item on the top. You will find choose open item. Click on this choose open item. Here select the company code, give your GL account. GL account of outstanding expenses. This GL account, copy, put this. What kind of account is this? Is this GL customer vendor asset? What is this account? Outstanding wages.
Yeah.
This is a GL account. So down below you will have account type. If you open the drop down, you will find asset, customer, vendor, material, GL account. Appropriate account type you will have to select. A represents asset, D for customer, K for vendor, M for material, S for GL account. So now this is a GL account, so this will be S. Now you know which amount you are going to make the payment for which outstanding transaction? Yes, no?
Yes.
Right, we are going to make payment against this. You know the document number for this. If you know the document number, copy the document number, Control C. Now in this post with clearing screen, select a document number. Right, additional selections, put a document number, which means you know which transaction you are trying to clear. If you do not know, select none. It will display all the entries. you need to manually untick, tick and all. That we will see in the later on. First we have to understand concept of post with clearing. We know which entry you are going to settle. Select the document number, press enter. It will ask you to input the document number that you want to pay. This is the document number that I want to make the payment. Once you put this, press enter on the keyboard and you will get a message, specifications stored, further values can be entered. After this, click on process open item. When I click on process open item, from this particular GL account 253 all zeros, which is your outstanding wages, system has pulled this particular transaction, document number 13,000 outstanding negative value, amount entered is 13,000, amount assigned is 13,000. So these two are becoming 0, not assigned is 0. Once you get this, you need to go to document and then simulate. When you simulate, you are getting both, but debit credit you have given only one, correct? Only bank account we have given manually. Outstanding wages we have selected based on open item selection. Now let me go to document, simulate general ledger. If I simulate general ledger, are we getting profit center or not? Are we getting profit center?
No, sir. Yeah, we are
Profit
Yes, sir,
center.
we
getting.
are getting.
Did we manually give profit center anywhere? Did I give profit center or I left it blank?
We
Left
have
it blank.
left it blank.
We left it blank. Now we understood at the beginning there is no profit center, there is no document, correct? Without profit center, system will not allow any document. At least in one of the lines we have to give profit center, but I did not give profit center anywhere manually. Still system is picking because this is a clearing entry. In the clearing entry, system is going to pass the entry based on the existing transaction. You are selecting an existing transaction, right? If you look at this, we are trying to clear this transaction. Am I correct? Right? Our intention
Yes,
is
sir.
to clear this entry. Is this entry having a profit center or not? The entry that you are trying to clear, does
No.
it contain a profit center? If you look
Yes,
at
sir.
this line, it has a profit center. Now this profit center is passed on to the bank account when you are performing the clearing. This is called as your passive document splitting. When you are performing any clearing, your preceding document will pass the profit center to the existing document, which means the document that you are trying to pass. This is called your preceding document or existing document. Now to understand this further, click on expert mode on here. When you click on this expert mode, you will find something called inheritance. You will find something called inheritance via clearing, right? If you see this, this is showing us inheritance. If you see this, this is showing us inheritance via clearing. If you see this, you will understand. This is your bank line item. In the bank line item, we did not give any profit center. Am I correct? That is why it is showing us inheritance. The second line item, which is your outstanding wages, it is showing us inheritance via clearing, wherein it is telling you company code this, document number, and then fiscal year line item number. Let me display this document. Where is it? I'll select this document. Let me click on display. If you see this, Inheritance via clearing, it is telling company code DEIN. This is your DEIN company code. It is automatically taking the document number 101 ending with 22, 101 ending with 22, year 2023. This is your fiscal year 2023, followed by 002, which is line item number 002. This is your line item number 2. You will find the item number 1, item number 2, which is nothing but line item number 1, line item number 2. In the line item number 2, there is a profit center of DEIN01. The same profit center has come up here. This profit center is supplied to the first line item. This is how system has got your profit center for this transaction. This is called as passive document splitting. Okay, this is exclusively applicable in your clearing transactions. Let me go back. Now I'll simulate once again. Now let me simulate general ledger. Let me come back. If I come back, how many line items you are able to see now? 2 or 1? You are able to see only one line item, correct? And there is a message at the bottom. What message are you able to see at the bottom? It is talking about automatically created line items will be deleted. What do we mean by this? What system is trying to tell here? Automatically created line items will be deleted. What does this mean? When we are posting this entry, how many posting keys we have given manually? 1 or 2?
One.
One
Only
only.
1. Right? We have given only SBI bank outgoing account. The other one, which is your outstanding wages account, we have not given manually. We have selected via open item clearing. Correct? Choose open items, process open items is what we have done. In short, this is your entry view. In entry view, whatever you entered, only that information will be selected or that information will be shown. To see the other account, to see the complete accounting entry, based on your manual input, system is going to bring certain GL accounts automatically. Right? There is something called account determination, which we will discuss shortly. Based on the account determination, certain GL accounts will come while simulating automatically. Now, in this case, you have not given the outstanding wages account manually, you are clearing it. So when you are clearing it, you are going to get that GL account only when you simulate. Let's simulate once again. Automatically you are getting the second line item because this is automatically created line item. Right? Now let me click on post this entry. Before I post this entry, let's look at this report. What is it? After posting this entry, if I refresh this report, I am not supposed to see this 13,000 as outstanding again. I don't want to see this 13,000 at all once I post this entry because I am using post with clearing. Correct? System will pass this entry for 13,000 in this GL account and it will remove this 13,000 as outstanding from this GL account. Let me pass this entry first. Post. Now this entry 10123 is posted. Let's go to this report now. Let me go back. Open items as on today. Let me click on execute. Do you find 13,000 or it disappeared? 13,000 is disappeared because this 13,000 is no longer outstanding. This is settled. If a transaction is settled, that is not supposed to reflect as open item. If you have settled a transaction, you are not supposed to show it as open. If you settle anything, that will be part of your cleared items. If you select cleared items, radio button, and if you click on execute, you will find this 13,000 under cleared item with a green light. This is cleared. Okay, so if you cleared something, if you settle something, that will appear as cleared item. Now how to identify whether it is cleared or how it is cleared, that is we are going to discuss in detail in your subledger postings, which is your AP and AR. Right, you are going to have different scenarios in AP, especially partial payment scenario. If you have one invoice but you made 2-3 installments for one invoice, let's say 2-3 payments, part payments you have made, how you are going to identify how this invoice is paid, what are the different partial payments I received against this, what is my current outstanding. To understand the different things, we have to look at the screen, we have to look at the transaction in a different way. Otherwise it is very difficult for us to understand what is happening in the system. I'll go back. If I select all items, you will be able to see both open and cleared. It will show open items separately 0. It will show cleared items separately 0. In short, overall there is no balance in this account. Correct? This is the total account balance. It is
What
completely
will be
0. Yeah,
the
go.
clearing account? Clearing document, sorry. Clearing document number.
That will be your settlement document, which is this 23.
Okay.
To see the clearing document, go to layout. And from this layout, you have to select clearing document. Go to C. Clearing document and then clearing date. These two, let's take maybe, I'll take this here. Copy. You will find the clearing document, you will find the clearing date here. Okay, if it is cleared, you will see the clearing entry here. Okay.
Okay.
Now, overall, if you look at this accounting picture of this account, the total balance in this account is 0. When there is no balance in the account, why am I seeing something as open? Am I correct? If the total account balance is 0, there should be nothing pending. Yes or no? If you see account balance is 0, there should be nothing when you pull the report. But when you pull the report, still you are getting 2 items as open. When these kind of things are happening, you need to perform manual clearing. What you need to do? If I run the open items, you are getting 2 open transactions with the total of 0. Now, according to me, there is nothing outstanding as wages. I don't want to see this open. So to do this kind of things, you have to perform manual clearing. Now, T code for performing manual clearing is what? Where do you perform manual clearing? F dash 03. Here you need to put the GL account 253 all zeros. And give the clearing date. Just press enter. If you know which documents you wanted to clear, you can select document number. Currently, I'm not selecting document number because there are only 2 documents. The sum of these 2 documents is already becoming 0. I'm going with none. Okay, I'll select none. Click on process open item. You are able to see 2 open transactions, 40,000 credit balance, 40,000 debit balance, amount entered is 0, assigned is 0, completely 0. Go to document on the top, click on simulate. If you click on simulate, it is passing an entry within the same account, debit and credit in same GL account. Click on post. Now one entry is posted. If I come to this GL account, where is it? If I come to this GL account, currently it is showing 2 open transactions with 0 value. Let me come back and run this open items once again. Do you find anything now? Nothing, right? This is how your open item GL account is supposed to be managed. If there is any outstanding, you have to see that as open. If there is nothing outstanding, it should not display anything, because anything which is already settled must be part of cleared items. If you go to cleared items, you will find the clearing entries like this. Everything is green. Now I want to know how this entry is cleared. For that, what I'll do, I'll select this clearing entry. Let's say document number 24. If I click on display, this is how I am saying this. Now this entry has cleared what items? How do I know? To do that, you have to go to environment on the top. If you go to environment on the top, do you find something called payment usage? Do you see this? Environment, payment usage. Go to any of the clearing document, any of your clearing document. If you go to environment on the top, you will find payment usage. If you click on this, system will display the breakup of this entry. These are the 4 line items that are cleared using that document. Top you will see cleared line items for the document this in year 2023. Clear? These are quite common things that you get when you're in a real environment, when you're in a project. This kind of a queries is what you frequently receive from your users. To address these kind of day-to-day issues of your users, you must be very clear, you must be very comfortable with what is happening with the transactions. Sometimes users will pass some entries incorrectly, they will not understand what is happening in the system, and they will ask you to assist in understanding what had happened in the system and how do I read or how do I understand this document now. Then we have to be in a position to explain them, convince them with your explanation. For that, first you need to have a clarity what is happening with these entries. Remember, any confusion, any doubt, any query, any problem that a user, that a client has, the point of contact is a FICO consultant, which is you. And if you are not clear, it is very difficult for us to convince the other person. Keep this point in your mind. Clear? It's not about posting a document, it is about understanding that document from SAP point of view in terms of financial impact. Okay, so this is all about your post with clearing entry. Clear how we passed this entry? Now I want everybody to create at least one GL account as open item. One GL account as open item. Perform the same steps that we did in today's session. Create one entry in the open item. Pass a manual entry without performing any clearing. Make sure that you are able to see debit and credit in that open item with 0 balance. After that, clear it manually using F-03. After clearing this entry, go back to the report, verify that nothing should be open in that GL account. After that, post one more entry in the open item, run the report once again. You have to get one open line item. This time, instead of passing a manual JV, use F-04 or post with the clearing screen. From there, you perform the entry. When you post that entry, this open item should be automatically cleared. Clear, right? Understood what to do? Right now, from now on, I want everybody to practice whatever I am telling. because certain things I'll tell half, certain things I'll tell you to work on your own, and I will be clarifying your doubts only when you show me your error. I want to make sure everybody is practicing. You have to ask certain queries, certain issues from your company code only. I might ask, send me the error screenshot. When you're doing something, if you get any doubt, and make sure you are able to take that screenshot, what error you are getting, put that in our group. But no direct questions from now on. Do it on the system, get the error on the system, take that error screenshot, post it in our group. You will get your errors clarified or your doubts cleared. No direct random questions. I am getting this error. Show that error. What is that error message? Only then you are going to understand why that error has come, what you need to do to fix that error. Got my point? Alright, let me stop this recording.